Welcome, everybody, to the first edition of SpotLight by Roofr. And I'm super excited to have Ryan Holliday from iink today. Ryan has become such a great friend and then also business acquaintance in the world of roofing over the past year or so. And I couldn't imagine having anybody as great as Ryan the very first round for us. Welcome, Ryan. How's it going, man?
It's going great, TJ. Thank you so much. I'm super stoked to be here and really honored to be the first guest. So thank you so much for letting me be the first guest. I don't know what to say. So this is awesome.
You know what? In the world of business, I preach often, every time I talk to people, the importance of going live and doing these live broadcasts across multiple platforms to boost your social posting and things like that. But the people at Roofr have seen that that's actually working, and they love that idea. But more so, we're looking forward to talking to people like yourself and other big influencers out there in the roofing world that are doing something great. I'm excited to get this underway with you today, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about what is iink, and we'll go from there.
Sure. So I'm Ryan Holliday. I'm the co-founder and chief revenue officer for iink. We are a property claim payments financial platform, if you will. We are working to do things like eliminate multi-party checks from the restoration industry and from property claims. So we've built a platform that allows you to facilitate check payments much more easily than you can today, saving yourself a lot of time, just not having to run around and deal with a paper check. But I came from the industry. I was a roofer for several years. It's really where I discovered this problem that iink solves for. This is a very unique issue, and I think you really have to be involved in it on a regular basis to understand the pain points that are associated with just a multi-party paper check process that is existent with every single property claim. And so
you know how many times I've had to tell a homeowner, I just can't start your project just yet until I get this back from the mortgage company.
Yep, it was part of my pitch. So I would set the customer up with just everything in the process from start to finish. I would explain to them, the different ways that we're going to set up the build, what's going to go on build day, just everything. If they have to file an insurance claim, how that process may go. And when I did that, I would ask them, do you have a mortgage on the property?
Yeah.
And when they told me yes, then I would explain what the process is going to be like with the check going off to the mortgage company, so on and so forth. And so we actually handled that internally at our roofing company, because I told my boss, I said, look, if we let our customers handle this, they're going to just drop the ball. They're going to, get mad at us for no reason. Let's just try and help them out and make it as easy as possible. And so that's what we did. But it got old real fast.
How long has iink been around?
So we officially opened the company in 2017.
Awesome.
So, coming up on 7 years now.
Wow. I'm always interested to know, and I think you and I have talked about this before, but people to judge how big your company is. How many employees do you guys have?
So W-2 employees in the company and full-time contractors that work on our team on a daily basis. We're right around 90 full-time people.
Wow, 90. That's that's getting pretty big there, man. Why did you get involved in the roofing industry versus other types of industries?
To be honest, I never thought I'd be in the roofing industry because it was just, I knew nothing about roofing or construction. I had background in sales.
Yeah.
I was actually working in the restaurant industry at the time that I had learned about the opportunity in roofing in Florida. And I was introduced by a friend of mine that worked at the restaurant that I was working at. And he ended up coming down to Florida and started making some pretty good money. And I followed him a few months later. And so when I got down there and just started running this process, I mean, I loved everything about the opportunity because you get to help folks with an important component of their home, probably one of the most important, especially in a state with so many storms. And I loved the opportunity to be able to work outside on a regular basis, kind of set my own hours, and just helping people, right? I mean, roofing is helping people. You're, keeping a roof over somebody's head, and that to me is an important thing to do. So, just in that process, learned that a lot of insurance claims, and when there's a lot of claims involved in Florida, you're running a lot of different, patterns of accounts receivable, and so the check process was just a huge pain.
So let me ask you this: what do you see as one of the biggest challenges that are facing roofing companies right now?
I mean, it's always cash flow. I'm pretty sure the statistic is 70% or more companies in this industry go out of business in the first 3 years.
Yeah.
And I may be.
It's 4% last 5. So.
Yeah. It's really. I mean, it's staggering, and so I hear a lot of stories of great companies that go out and they sign up a lot of business, but they have no way of servicing it because the cash flow just crushes them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They're stacked with a bunch of worthless paper. So we don't want that to happen. Obviously, our goal is to at least eliminate the paper administration of the payment that occurs whenever the claim is approved, right? So the faster we can get the repairs started, the faster someone can get back in their home.
That's one of the biggest things I've heard about the Florida market, particularly is where you live, is that people getting paid or waiting payments are the biggest challenges to pay their suppliers, to pay their employees, to pay the government, to keep going. And if you're not strong enough or you don't have that cash flow in Florida right now, or in a lot of places in the country, it becomes
everywhere. I don't think that statistic is biased to only one state. I think it's state by state. If you're a contractor that's doing a lot of insurance work and you don't have the float to manage it, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Well, let me ask you this: what is something that a roofing company can do now in 2023 to improve their financial health?
Well, I would, number one, take stock of what they're spending their time on, right? A lot of roofing companies don't understand why they aren't growing past a certain point, and it's more than likely because they are not set up to scale and they're spending a lot of their time doing things that other folks could be doing, or could be just delegated, and they're on to working on more valuable tasks. So that would be the first thing. The second thing, if they haven't done it already, is obviously have someone that's in charge of the books, an accountant, somebody that knows accounting, like real accounting, not just somebody that's, I'm really good with numbers and probably the best person in the office to do it. It should be an accounting professional who can keep the books clean and help you forecast, help you understand receivables. And I would say the third thing, and especially if you're doing insurance work, is either make sure you can do a couple different things. You can make sure that you have iink as part of your platform and your offering, so that way when you do need the cash up front, you can get it on that insurance check. If not, if you don't want to use iink, you want to have several $100,000 or whatever in the bank just to cover the amount of business that you're operating with and trying to go out and sign after a storm, then that's entirely up to you. But we make it very easy for restoration professionals to get paid after a storm, or after any incident that involves a property claim, rather. So,
well, that leads me to a next great question. Then, since we're right here, let's talk about it. How do people get started with iink? Like, a lot of people are worried about requirements and things like that. What are some of the requirements that you guys have to get started, and how long does it take before you guys can start helping a roofing company?
It's as fast as 24 hours, sometimes less. And really, all we need is just a copy of your license, copy of your insurance, and W-9. Even in states like Texas, where you don't have a roofing license requirement,
Right.
just a maybe your business license with the state, just something validating the business. And we run it through underwriting. Our verification team is pretty quick, usually less than 24 hours, unless we are severely backed up. But I know we just brought an additional team member onto the team for that department. So, it's very fast. And
So on that insurance requirement, do they have to have $1 million in general liability, $1 million in workman's comp, or is there no set limits? Or
yeah, I mean, whatever is required by the state for them to be legal. I think, we've even, I remember in the past, I've even spoken with contractors who were signing up for our platform. They're like, "Why don't I don't have insurance?" And whether it's required in your state or not, I think it's just a good thing for you to have general liability insurance. Something is going to go wrong, I guarantee it. There's not one, any contractor that tells you that nothing ever goes wrong is lying.
what can go wrong will go wrong.
Exactly. I mean, just CYA. There's no reason not to. Um, that, and that's another financial tip. If you want to ensure that your financial legacy is protected and what you are working towards is protected, then cover yourself. Get yourself some liability insurance, and it's not that expensive. But
It's ironic that you're talking about it. I was just on the phone with workman's comp insurance just before you called, because I'm getting it for myself personally so that I can go out and make more content.
yeah,
But even still, like, I need to be covered. So
absolutely. It's you. What do you work? What are you working for if you're not going to ensure that it's covered in the long run if something happens? So,
sure.
accidents happen, and especially on a job site, make sure that you're covered.
Where do you see the roofing industry headed over the next few years? Do you see it switching to a retail model? Do you see it staying in the current state that it's in? I mean, there's a lot of what ifs and all over the country with the amount of storm damage we have.
Well, I see a lot of automation coming. I know that there are technologies that exist today that can really take a lot off of, a roofer's plate to go through the process of inspecting a roof, and even, you know, even the damage assessment
Sure.
can be automated with artificial intelligence. And I feel like technology is going to, over the next 5 years, if you think about the last 5 years and where technology has come from, even since when I got started in this industry, in fact, I'm in Orlando at the American Contractor Show, Coast to Coast tour. And
Yeah, I see Melina Jules. She's there too. She said, "What's up? Great information." And they're at the AC event too.
oh,
So,
very cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great technologies that are out there these days that are helping automate this process, and I'm very excited for it. I'm excited that iink is a part of that. Our goal again is just to eliminate friction in the payments process when it comes to insurance claims. So over the next 5 years, TJ, I mean, if we have more carriers that follow suit, and they've already started, I would
okay.
say that imagine if there were no checks. What
Right.
would that do? It would almost turn an insurance claim into like a retail job, because the payments
Right.
come like that. So
Exactly. Yeah. No, I see that every day. So here's my spotlight question to you, Ryan. We're going to be asking this to every single person that comes on the show, but it's a fill in the blank, and it's pretty easy. But roofing is blank. What is that blank to you?
Roofing is growing.
Roofing is growing. Awesome. So you know what? Let me skip to this. But roofing is growing is great. What are two of Ink's most frequently asked questions?
Two of Ink's most frequently asked questions. I would say number one, why do I still have to send the check off to the mortgage company?
Right.
And it's a great question.
Sure.
The simple answer is that we're a payments company. We're integrated with the bank, and our goal is not to process checks. Our goal is to ultimately eliminate the check entirely. And so that's why we built these payment rails. But we did so knowing that the paper check was going to be around for a while. And so for that check to be legal tender and endorsed by everybody before it gets deposited, and I know a lot of roofers out there that don't endorse it all the way before they deposit.
Right. Or they're able to sneak it past the cashier.
Exactly. And that's up to them. But carrier banks, they check their remittance, and if they're not properly endorsed, they will pull those funds back. So we even if the mortgage company is the only entity on the check that needs to physically endorse that check, and everybody else digitally endorses on our platform, we do it the right way. And so we ship the check off, we manage all the communications with them, the check in and out, and when it returns, all we need is a picture of the back of the check with their endorsement. Everybody else's endorsement can be digital on the platform.
That's so awesome. So, what's the other one?
Second question that we get is, well, this one's been coming up a lot, and I got we got this one online the other day. This is a two-parter, but I'll talk about both. The first part was, why would I get a service that I can't get the advanced funding? And we do have, in some cases, we have to provide people with a conditional approval. Keep in mind, we are advancing tens of thousands, millions of dollars a month in funds, and we can't be doing that at scale if we're not at least checking, things like creditworthiness or age of the business, just some very standard underwriting things. So people get conditional approvals, but that doesn't mean they can't not get advanced funding after 5 or 10 files. So, but he was first concerned about that, but then he said, why would I pay you to do something that I can do myself? And I said, well, that answer is simple. Somebody could put their own roof on, right? I mean, if they really wanted to, but they're not going to, because they're not the best at doing that, right? Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. And I feel like a lot of people in this industry, if they're getting stuck and their business isn't growing, like I said, it's because they're spending time doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So I would say that's the second question is, why would I pay you to do this? We are basically against the status quo as probably our number one competitor. And I would say, make sure you or your people are doing things that are growing your business and actually providing value, not just advanced administration of your accounts receivable, because you have to deal with a paper check. That's crazy. Sure. That's crazy. Now that's crazy. Like when I was in the industry, it's why we started this business. But now we've gotten there. We've built a technology that solves for this. Use it for everything that you can to make your job that easier.
You know what? That so much great information from you today. You know what? I'm personally looking forward to something that's coming up next week or starting next week with you guys. Roofr is one of the sponsors of an event that Inc. is putting on called Spaceship to Payment Town. You might have seen me messing around in an alien costume. Maybe you saw Ryan. We've really been enjoying watching your short form videos that you're doing with Congress there. Tell us a little bit about Spaceship to Payment Town, where you're heading, and what people can expect. How they can register.
Sure. So first, go register now because spaces are limited. If you go to ink.com and then at the top click on our blog section, you'll or click on the news and you'll be able to find our blog section. And there's going to be a link in there to Spaceship to Payment Town. But yeah, how do I get one of those sweet ink hats? Come on out to one of our Spaceship to Payment Town destinations and you can get one of those sweet ink hats. We have 4 different types of ink hats that you can pick up. We got the Richardsons as well. Those are pretty popular.
Wow.
But, Spaceship to Payment Town was we wanted to do something fun for contractors and restoration professionals around the country. And we just wanted to get the bus out of storage for a little while because it has been hopping season. So,
are you bringing the Jeep?
The Jeep's in service right now. It's getting worked on. We're going to try and get it out to a couple of the events, but at least the bus will be there. If you haven't seen the bus yet, it's pretty awesome. Come check it out. But we'll be in Jacksonville on Monday the
14th. Yeah.
Jacksonville on Monday, Nashville on Wednesday of next week, Denver on Friday of next week. And then fast forward all the way to the 30th, we will be in Austin at our final Spaceship to Payment Town tour. And really, it's just about having fun. We didn't, there's a lot of great. I'm at a great event today. There's so much knowledge that's out there and available, and we just wanted to have an event where guys and gals can come out and have some fun. So we're doing axe throwing in Jacksonville, and the other 3 locations we're doing Top Golf.
Wow.
And it's free. So free food, free drinks, free fun, get some free knowledge from a lot of great folks that are going to be there, like TJ. And we've got some other, fantastic sponsors. Atlas is sponsoring. We've got YVA, Your Virtual Adjuster, Balance Claims, Host of AI, and who am I forgetting?
Moment.
Yeah, and Moment. That's right.
Yeah. So Mike O'Connell, you can't forget Mo from Moment.
Yeah, I can't ever forget Mo. I can't forget Mo. So
no, just kidding. I love those guys.
It's gonna be awesome. Just come out. We're gonna have some food and some drinks and have some fun and just hang out for a few hours, and then we'll head on down to the next.
Well, awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody as well. I'll be in Jacksonville, Nashville, and Denver next week with you guys. So if you're excited to come out and hang out with us, I might be tired after playing golf on Wednesday, but I'll still hit a couple on Friday. Next Friday is actually my birthday.
Man, really?
Yeah, I'm going to be spending my birthday with you guys on Friday night. So yeah, no, man, I'll be a great big old 4-5. So, but no, tell me what's next for Inc. as a company, and then we'll close it out here.
So I would say the next for Inc. as a company is the same as the roofing industry. It's growth.
Right.
We've just reached a major milestone for a company like ours, and I can't just say what it is yet, but we're very excited and very humbled to have this opportunity that we do to solve payments in the property claim space. And so it's not just for restoration professionals either. This is for insurance companies, mortgage companies, and everybody in between. Most importantly, it's for the insureds. Yeah. We want to make sure that we get them back in their homes in their businesses as quickly as possible. And this is just a silly, frustrating payment process that needs to go away. Sure. Inc. is the solution. And, we are very excited for the future to come. But I would expect, just a lot of growth, my man.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys grow. It's always fun to be on the road with you, whether or not whatever event we're doing. I actually heard that we might be doing a couple more Rise events here in the next few months. So, iink has been an integral part of our trips the first go round, and but there's somebody that that I have to mention that says Captain Ryan, hello, and it's your daughter, you and Laura's daughter, Aria says hello. So, that's Kitty Paw Prince. Captain Ryan, hello.
She's
But
got
no,
many
hello,
aliases.
Aria. So,
Well, I'll hey Aria. I wasn't sure for a second there which one I was going to say hi to. I was Aria or Kitty Paw Prince or.
Well, let's close this out here. I see right there at the bottom, ink.com/blog 2023. So if you want to go to ink.com, or if you can go to Ink Payments on Facebook or any other social platforms, you can get to their link or their Eventbrite links, or you can reach out to me or Ryan himself, and we'll send it over to you. We're looking forward to having fun. Just to close it out, those of you guys who know Roofr is a system of tools that roofers can use across the industry for measurements, both residential, commercial. You can even DIY it yourself for free. We have our instant estimator, where a homeowner or a business owner can come to your website right this minute, get a quote for a brand new roof for their house or their business. And then our custom digital sales proposals that our team at Roofr helps you create, that are absolutely stunning. They're easy to get signed. No need for a DocuSign or anything like that. And then our biggest achievement is coming very soon. We're excited for the CRM launch. I'm not specific on the date just yet, but you guys just hold on. We can't wait to get it into your hands. But again, thank you, Ryan, for being here today. Thank you for being our first guest on what Amanda Prommel told me the other day. She's like, this is the spot seat. So thank you for being the first guest in the spot seat on SpotLight by Roofr. And we'll see you next week, dude.
Thank you so much, TJ. Thank you, Roofr, and super excited to see you next week.
Awesome, man. Hold on one second. I'm going to end the broadcast. We'll see everybody at home real soon. Stay tuned. 2 more weeks and we'll have Matt Radford on. So hold on one second there.
Awesome.